A quick unboxing, unbagging. It's actually all unbagging. Mostly Banggood, some eBay, all from the Orient and postbags. From Banggood, the first item looks to be my lights. And I ordered apparently two of these. Let's see. Not going to go gently. I ordered this light because they're so cheap, 80% efficient. Of course, they're going to have the high-speed flicker, but this is from my barn. This is a 50-watt light. That's all it is. Of course, I don't need any protection. It's going to be in the barn, so if it works, you know, maybe I'll do more of these. It's got all the circuitry built in, of course, right for plain view. Interesting, they got a whole line of chips here. One missing there, but then the rest of them all got chips. So they must be distributing the power down the row. I don't know. Interesting. See how well this works. Wow, it's a sweet nothing, but hey, if it works, it works. Could be my solution. Now this piece, I don't know what the original intent was with this piece, but I bought it for, basically I needed a bunch of binding posts. This is going to be for my dummy load. Oh, it's already broken. Isn't that encouraging? Yeah, it's just loose. Oh, they're all loose. Interesting. Anyway, I want to use this. I'm going to repurpose this to work for my dummy load. I don't need this connector. I will make use of the fuses. Maybe even the switch. Huh. What we got here? It's a single pole, so I probably can't use that for much. This is going to be for my dummy load, my stereo dummy load. So I'm going to have my input, my tapped off output, and my full output. Actually, my input will be hardwired, because my load has got a tap off outlet, so you don't have to listen to full volume if you don't want to. Interesting enough for that. And another light, I think. Dreamcast light. Now here's another experiment. Not quite as minimalistic as this one, but kind of in that vein. This one does have a housing at least. I wonder how they deal with electric shock hazard on this one. I guess it has like a little plastic coating, conformal coating over it all, or just a sheet of plastic over it all. That's a conformal coating. You can see they masked it off here. Interesting. That's all that keeps you away from the electrical demons. Bad enough in 120 volt country. I imagine this in a 240 volt country. But I guess it's for a place like I'm going to use it where you don't really touch it. It's going to be on the ceiling and protected area. Came right out of its baggie. And we have another light kind of in the same vein. This one at least has a cover and a bracket. It's a 50 watter. I believe this was 100. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But this is a 50. Looks like regular discrete LEDs in here. I'll take it apart to tell. The cover was not going to pop off since it goes through here. Maybe it does. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to pop off easily. I don't want to screw with it at the moment. This is the main thing. Go into that last. Main thing I've been looking for. This order's early, actually. It took a long time to get it, but they predicted it wouldn't come till next week. It wouldn't come till May, actually. The first, middle of the first week of May, and here all this stuff is early. And I greatly prefer getting stuff through the U.S. mail than through Federal Express or whoever Amazon's using now. The president of ours made it so Amazon can't use the mail service somehow, or they're doing that out of spite. I don't know what the deal is there. They stopped using the mail service at Amazon, and I greatly prefer the mail service. They when they deliver stuff, they put it in a protected area. When Federal Express comes, the little ninja comes, and I never hear the guy, but he sneaks up and he sticks it right under the front. I don't use my front door. It's pretty obvious I don't use my front door, but he puts it right in the front, right where the rain drips down on the on the porch. I got a book. Fortunately, it was from Amazon. Fortunately, it was a weatherproof envelope because it was right literally in the drippage of the roof where the guy had left it. They have no brains at all. The U.S. mail lady puts it under my carport carefully, where it doesn't show. She's smart about it, and if it does go out in the rain, if it's a big box and it's going to be in the rain, she puts a bag over it. I don't get that service from UPS or Federal Express. Anyway, so I greatly prefer the U.S. mail. I thought I bought two of these. Yeah, here's the other one. These are more of those actually pretty successful module that I did a report on a while back. These are 100-watt modules. They're not selling them as 100-watt modules anymore, I don't think. They kind of decrease the voltage on them, but they should be good almost for 100 watts. That's the proper heat thing. Very good sounding. They're TA, what are they, 5393 or something? I don't know, 5293, I'm not sure. I bought a whole thing of mini fuses. They weren't that expensive for my meters when they blow their little mini fuse. It's kind of silly to buy a whole thing, but what the hell. I bought a pair of these tweezers for probing on a PC board that has a lot of surface mount stuff. You can just get both sides of a surface mount chip. I don't know how much I'll use it, but it is kind of difficult to work on some of the surface mount stuff and probe around. So this is a good way to do it. If you want to look across, voltages across resistors and stuff like that. And what do we have here? Oh, this is some little funky converter. This will take everything though. It'll take this oddball design they have. It'll take just about anything, including a US plug. And another set of probes. Let's see how they look. I'd like to get a good pair of probes. They cost so much nowadays. If you buy US made high-end probes, you'll get something a little better than the Chinese grade. Was this purchase, but I don't know if I did. It's like pretty much like what I got from my meters. Maybe they'll be a little longer, I don't know, cords. I don't think it's silicone, but it's a nicer grade of, it could be silicone. Comes with these nice adapters, I like these. That's very useful. So they are cut above what I got from my meters. Oh, there it is. Oh, I got ripped off for a sec. And I bought still more probes. And this is simply a mini hook to I was getting a pair. Huh. Only one? Interesting. Let's see what I ordered here. I thought I ordered a pair, not just a single. But anyway, it's obviously I bought an element for my 100 watter. It's a pretty cheap element. This might even be grow lamp colored, we'll see. And I bought still another microscope. This is number 2. I've got a real cheapie that actually works pretty well. Of course, it has to be slaved to a computer. I bought this because it doesn't have to be slaved to a computer. It's all in one. It's got its own vision screen on it, which not having to deal with the computer is a heck of an advantage. Pretty cool. Metal. Looks like it's made nicely. No wobble here. A tiny bit of wobble. Well, it's a set screw here to tighten it up. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That would go into a base of some sort. And here's your USB mini or micro mini. There should be some kind of base here, I guess. Voila! So that'll bolt to this base. And it's a nice piece of aluminum. Some weight to it, not a whole lot, but some. And we got some kind of universal power supply, which is not going to work for me. Not too universal if it doesn't have a, well, USB adapter is no good for me. Had I done so? Interesting question. And the star of the show, what I'm really looking for is this guy. I'm hoping this has got more bits on its input, being sort of based on probably a PC card, an audio card. At least that kind of electronics anyway, rather than a real scope electronics. So it's got 2 probes, 2 scope probes, probably about as good as the ones I got with my Rigel, which are kind of mediocre-ish. USB to B, and here's the unit, smaller than my hand. CD included, and there's USB-B plugs in there, probes plug in here, and here's your test square wave port. That's all there is. So the real purpose of this board is to plug into an ATX power supply, a used power supply you might have laying around, plug it into here, and then you've got a power supply, with the 5, the 12, plus and minus. Let's see, no, it doesn't give me, yeah, it does. It gives me minus 12, plus 12, plus 5, and the 3.3. So all the voltages from your ATX power supply, plug it right in. Buy this for about $8.99 or whatever it is, and roughly $9. Plug it into your old power supply, and you've got a bench power supply with fuses. Of course, uncontrollable and all that, but and a pilot light even. So it's kind of a neat deal. I'm repurposing this one, but I actually could probably use something like this. I'm trying not to have an electro boom moment, but with these alligator clips, pretty suspect. But I wanted to show these. I'm going to turn the light off. I wanted to show these lights real quick. So this room is dimly lit. Bam! It's a nice neutral white. It's about as white gets. No blue tint. Certainly not a warm white. This is what they would call daylight, I think. Wow. That's bright. Can I safely do this? Probably not, but we'll try anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What the F? And this banana to mini clip does have nice silicone wire. So maybe it'll have long life. Looks like it's pretty well made. Strain relief. Kinda. And this adapter will run as low as 100 volt input, so I guess along with this guy, whammo, I've got my USB to 120 volt adapter. I'll probably find something better than this. I want something fairly good quality. I'll have to see what the current requirements are for the microscopes, but this will work for temporary. I must say I'm kind of impressed. The mount comes in pieces. You have to assemble. Heavy cap screws into aluminum, nicely tapped. You've got this undershoot underneath your post here. Gives you that much room to slide a PC board, in more working space. That's kind of a neat little thought. There's a keeper here, and you can adjust up or down, nice fine up or down, and lock it in so it doesn't move at all. I like it. Heck of a nice mount. I could even use my other microscope in this mount as well, actually. The manual is pretty cryptic, but it does have a micro SD port for a memory card, along with a micro SD cable port, which I think is just for power on this unit. I don't know if you can get signal out of it or not. Interesting to try. But apparently you can do a little photograph snapshot function with it somehow. An adjustable thing here for the LED brightness. Not sure how you do a snap off the front, I guess. Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of function on the front here. Menu, mode, left and right. Okay. So pretty cool. I like the physical mount way it's done here. Maybe do something different for a power supply. It kind of works though. So maybe I'll do a little mini review on it later when I get a chance to use it for a while. You're avoiding cleaning your workbench up when you do quickie things on the stovetop. But it's nice and high, good lighting. Anyway, I started talking about this. I had to go through with the ohm meter. I think I finally figured out the pinout. I'm going to try it again just for yucks, see if I can get it to work. For a brief second, though, I was looking at this, when I received these, I thought, oh, I should have ordered 3 of these, not just 1. But then when I looked at it, the spacing is wrong. It won't accept an MDP. And banana plugs don't even fit in them. I mean, they fit, but there's no metal to receive them. So they're not good that way. There's no hole through them I got to adjust each one of these individually. They're not in tight. That's just workmanship though. But there's no hole through them. So you got to wrap a wire around it. You can't put a wire or a prong through it. They're just a pain in the butt. They're not going to work for what I wanted. And I couldn't get them to work for this power supply, which is an ATX. I couldn't figure out the pinout. I think I finally did though. If I juxtapose it this way, I think I tried it this way, and then I tried it this way. I think you actually got to go this way. So I tracked down this blue, I think is the -12. And then that kind of makes sense for these two being common together. So I'll have to double check some of that. Orange should be the 3.3 volt, and red should be 5. Yellow should be 12. I'm going by memory, so blacks are ground. And there should be a wire for switching, either purple or the white here. Power supply ready. Power supply and standby as separate, I'm not sure. Check a little more here. See the 3.3 here. Does it connect to these here? Yeah, I think I got it. So the red should be the +5s. And these are my reds. Okay. Ground should be all the blacks. Yeah, I think I got it finally. I should have done this in the beginning. Alright, well, with it plugged in correctly, it does seem to work. It should be -12. It is +12. It is close enough. A little low. 5, 3.3. I'm not sure of the accurate power supply. Good thing I retired it. Be good for this though. Well, it's probably what I'll use it for. I don't think it's going to work well for my patch panel, that I want to make something better for that. Buy some real 5-way binding posts for a king's ransom. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It controls the power supply. You don't have to screw around with, controlling the wires. It's got a little switch here. Fan shuts off when you shut off the power supply. It cuts it down to nothing. It's kind of nice, I guess. For $8 worth it, I guess. Of course, these are obviously going to be a problem. Tighten it up. I just got to tighten it up, but yeah, they're only going to take wire, and they got to be wrapped around. No hole and no banana, no nothing. And just as I'm putting this video together, Lewis has put together a whole thing on how to make a power supply out of a ATX power supply. This diagram is very useful. I don't know where he got it or if he made it. I strongly recommend Lewis's channel, and his web page is also interesting, Bristol Watch. I don't always agree with him politically, but he's clearly an intelligent thinker. I'll do a little bit more on my new PC scope when I get more familiar with it. I also have to install the updated software. This is the old software. I don't know if there's much difference. Oh, I think I already have it up. That's why it's not coming up. And this is what the scope looks like on the simple display, which is pretty cool. It gives you a long range scan of the whole thing, from big distance. This is the square wave built into the oscilloscope. Little tester, on the front. And this is just noise out of the air. Got the probe just attached to the metal of this desk, actually. So more on this later when I get into it. It's pretty promising, though. I'll have to see how the math works on it. That's what I'm really curious to see. It's kind of cool. I think it shows the math up enough. Another color like it. And you can move these around real easy. I think it shows math in dark red. Anyway, I'll come back and do a review on this when I understand it better. There are other ways to show the screen too. You can do this one, which is sort of the same, but the controls work differently on a sliding scale rather than the pseudo knobs the other one had. I don't really see the advantage of this. There's actually two frames to this, though. There's like an analyzer frame and a spectrum analyzer and a wave, so you can go from one to the other full screen. I haven't actually checked out these other options yet. That's the data recorder. And this is if you have the adapter for the, I'm not sure if I've even equipped for that, for data usage, multiple lines. Q filter, I gotta learn what that's all about too. There's a whole software for that. This is the Windows type view, I guess they say. So, a lot to it. I'll get back to it when I learn a little more. And there's the little guy, smaller than my hand. Of course, I got big hands. LED. Probes, about as good as my Rigel probes, pretty comparable. I haven't done the comp on them yet. It's cool to the touch, even though it's been running for almost 24 hours. And USB powered. I'm running it off my little hub, powered USB hub. I don't know if that shows on the screen or not here. I really love this, these pluggable hubs. Swear by them. So I'll have to see in further investigation whether my little laptop can run this without the hub. My laptop's got pretty crummy USB power.